This is a video that I've cut, sort of towards the middle, maybe more towards the beginning, into two pieces. And before I apply more transitions and edit more video, I'd like to give each video track its own useful name. So if I play from the beginning, I'll pull my playhead back to the beginning.
Computer images have two types, raster and vector.
You could see there was a crossfade transition that happened. And if you're curious about what transitions might already be applied, you can click once and then right-click and see that it says crossfade, and it's lasting for 1 second. I'll press Return or Enter to make that menu go away. And I'm going to make my timeline a bit smaller so I can fit more tracks here. Before I bring anything else in, I'm going to name Layer 1, which was the portion where he said two types. I'll double-click in the Layers panel in the middle of the name Layer 1 and call it two types. So on the timeline, you're getting a reflection of the layer name that's inside a video group. Now I'll double-click on the other portion and name it Raster and Vector. And I think I'm ready to add more video. So I'll make my timeline small enough that I have room. And to the right of Video Group 1, I'll click this little film strip icon and add some media. When I add the media, I'll choose Raster Images 01, a QuickTime movie, .mov. And I'll scroll over and pull my playhead to just before it transitions from raster and vector to the raster images explanation. And I'll hit play.
Raster images will be up from pixels.
And I'll pause, and there was a little sneeze at the beginning. Now you should be watching your timeline indicator as you do this, so I'll pull a few seconds off the beginning, looking for my bracket to be a left bracket, and it shows me the frames that I'm cutting, and I can see I'm starting to say raster. I'll let go, pull back to just before the transition, and I can use spacebar to play. And there, I got most of it. Sometimes it helps to zoom in to do more precise edits. So these big mountains will let me zoom in. And that's the closest I'm going to get. And I will apply maybe a fade in and fade out. So I'll fade with black. On both sides. There we go. So I saw the fade, I tested it, and I'll hit spacebar to play to see how the sound is playing through.
The images will be up from pixels.
Very good. And I want to stop just before you hear very good. So I may pull this back just a little bit and stop on that little smile. And I could play through and see if there's another portion I want to use, but I think I'm okay there. So I'll scrub this all the way back. I often use my playhead as a marker. So let's see how I did there. Okay, so a little bit more needs to come off. And you could always look at my timeline marker to see if you've got the right spot. Okay, I think that's a good freeze frame. We could do more editing with the audio with Sound Booth or other applications that ship with the Creative Cloud. But now I'm going to do a transition. I'll fade with black, drag and drop, and add my last piece of media. Add media. It'll add where my playhead is. And we'll grab the vector images. And I'll choose a fade with black on that side. And I can scrub to see it's dimming out, dimming in. And let's play it with spacebar.
Pixels. Vector images are made up from points.
And I hit spacebar when I'm happy with it. And then I'll pull from the end and maybe fade to black for the very end. So I will drag another fade, fade with black. And now I could play the whole movie from the beginning. I'll simply hit my play button.
Computer images have two types, raster and vector. I do whatever you say. Raster images will obey up from pixels. Vector images are made up from points.
Excellent. And I think I might clip off, even though that's cute, the raster and vector portion. I'm going to click roughly about 5 seconds in, hit play, and stop before the very good. Okay, so I heard that come in, so I think about 5 seconds works, roughly. There we go. I think that's a good spot. Make sure I've got my bracket going in the right direction. And Photoshop beautifully backs everything up. So I'll scrub back to the beginning, and I'll see how my finished movie is coming along.
Computer images have two types, raster and vector. Raster images will obey up from pixels. Vector images are made up from points.
The end. So this has been applying transitions between every playback with a little bit more editing, and feel free to get as particular as you like about portions that are edited, but transitions are simply drag and drop. You can set the duration here. I can click once and right-click to adjust the duration or even change the transition type. And I typically use Return or Enter to make that menu go away, but the Escape key will also work to make that image go away. The video groups picked up the file name, raster images, vector images, so I don't need to change the layer name. They make sense to me. So give transitions a try. Make sure you're giving your layers useful, meaningful names, and I hope you find video editing in Photoshop CC as easy as I do.